Shalom, friends. It's February and the world is painted in red, pink, and lace. But as a rabbi who loves digging into the why behind what we do, I have to ask, do you know where this day of love actually comes from? Is it a harmless romantic tradition or is it a baptized version of something much darker? Today we're peeling back the layers of history, from Roman orgies to the intentional erasure of Jewish roots. To understand February 14th, we have to go back to ancient Rome and a festival called Lupercalia. Now, this wasn't about chocolate and roses. It was a wild, bloody fertility rite held from February 13th to 15th. Priests would sacrifice goats and dogs, then run through the streets striking women with strips of animal hide to ensure fertility. It was raw, it was pagan, and for the early Christian church in Rome, it was a massive problem. The people simply wouldn't stop celebrating it. In 496 AD, Pope Gelasius I made a move. He didn't just ban the party, he rebranded it. This is what we call syncretism, blending pagan customs with Christian names to make conversion easier. He suppressed the name Lupercalia and declared February 14th the feast of Saint Valentine. The church took the pairing energy of the Roman festival and tried to mask it with the story of a martyr. They kept the date, kept the theme, but changed the gods. But here's the part they don't teach you in school. This wasn't just about converting pagans, it was also about distancing the church from the Jews. In the early centuries, the church adopted a policy of adversus Judaios, against the Jews. Leaders wanted to strip away the Jewishness of the faith. They changed the Sabbath, they recalculated Passover, and they looked at the Hebrew calendar as something to be replaced. Long before St. Valentine, the Bible already had a day of love called Tu B'Av. Tu B'Av was a day of matchmaking and unity in Israel. Young women would dress in simple white garments, borrowed from each other so the poor wouldn't be shamed, and dance in the vineyards. It was about humility and community. By pushing Valentine's Day in February, the church effectively supplanted the biblical rhythm of Tu B'Av. They buried a day of holy unity under a layer of Roman superstition. So where does that leave you today? Interestingly, even the Catholic Church eventually blinked. In 1969, they removed St. Valentine from the official global calendar. So why is the Protestant world still holding on to a holiday that was created to Christianize a pagan orgy and de-Jewify the faith? The Bible tells us in Deuteronomy 12:31 not to worship God the way the nations worship their idols. We don't need to baptize Lupercalia to show love. My friends, God is the author of love. He created marriage, romance, and friendship. But his calendar is built on holiness, not Roman compromise. You don't need a Hallmark holiday to be romantic. Love your spouse with a sacrificial, biblical love every day. Don't settle for a rebranded version of a Roman myth when you have the rich, beautiful foundations of the Word. What do you think? Is it time to trade the Roman heart for a biblical one? Let me know in the comments. Shalom.